Mesopotamia, meaning the land between the rivers, is a name that evokes images of innovation and ingenuity. This ancient region, situated in the fertile basin between the Tigris and Euphrates rivers, is widely regarded as the birthplace of civilization. Over 5,000 years ago, in this fertile crescent, the first cities emerged, writing was invented, and organized societies took shape. Mesopotamia marked a turning point in human history, a time when humanity transitioned from small agricultural communities to complex urban centers. What made Mesopotamia thrive? Its geography played a critical role. The Tigris and Euphrates rivers flooded annually, depositing nutrient-rich silt that allowed for abundant agriculture. However, this bounty came with challenges. The rivers were unpredictable, often causing devastating floods that destroyed crops and homes. To manage this, the people developed advanced irrigation systems, including canals and levees, that enabled them to control water flow and sustain large populations. By capitalizing on their environment, the inhabitants of Mesopotamia not only survived but flourished. They began to build cities like Uruk, which became a hub of trade, religion, and culture. With populations growing, Mesopotamia became a beacon of innovation, where ideas spread rapidly across the region. This land became more than just a place of survival. It was where humanity's potential to create and organize truly blossomed. Mesopotamia's contributions, writing, architecture, and governance, would not only define its era but influence every civilization that followed. The birth of civilization. The rise of cities in Mesopotamia was a defining moment in human history. Around 3100 BCE, the Sumerians began building the world's first urban centers, forever changing the way people lived and interacted. At the forefront of this transformation was Uruk, which grew to an estimated population of over 50,000, a staggering size for its time. Its bustling streets were lined with workshops, markets, and temples, creating a vibrant economy and culture. The foundation of these cities was agriculture. The people of Mesopotamia pioneered large-scale irrigation systems that tamed the unpredictable rivers, allowing them to grow barley, wheat, and dates in abundance. This surplus of food was key to supporting non-farming professions. Skilled artisans produced pottery, textiles, and tools, while traders exchanged goods with distant lands such as the Indus Valley and Egypt, fostering a network of cultural and economic exchange. Social organization became increasingly complex as cities expanded. Kings emerged as rulers, often claiming divine authority, and governments were established to manage resources and settle disputes. Temples, or ziggurats, stood at the heart of each city, symbolizing both spiritual devotion and centralized power. Priests played a dual role, overseeing religious ceremonies and managing the economy, which revolved around temple activities. It was during this time that writing began to take shape. Initially developed to record trade transactions, cuneiform evolved into a versatile system used to document everything from legal codes to poetry. This innovation allowed knowledge to be preserved and passed down, laying the groundwork for organized societies. The city-states of Mesopotamia competed with one another for resources and power, leading to early forms of diplomacy, alliances, and warfare. Despite these rivalries, they shared common cultural elements, including language, religion, and technological advancements, which bound them together as the foundation of a civilization that would influence the world for millennia. Religion and mythology. Religion in ancient Mesopotamia was deeply interwoven with daily life, influencing everything from governance to agriculture. The people believed that their gods controlled every aspect of existence, from the flooding of the rivers to the outcome of battles. These deities were not distant or abstract. They were thought to possess human-like qualities, including emotions, rivalries, and even weaknesses. Worship was not just an act of faith. It was seen as essential to maintaining balance and order in the world. The Mesopotamian pantheon consisted of hundreds of gods, but a few held special prominence. Enlil, the god of wind and storms, was considered the king of the gods, while Anu ruled the heavens. Inanna, also known as Ishtar, was a complex figure who embodied love, fertility, and war. Each city-state had its patron deity, with towering ziggurats built to honor them. These step temples were designed to bring humans closer to the divine and served as both places of worship and centers of economic and political power. Ziggurats were not just architectural marvels, they were deeply symbolic. At their peaks, priests conducted rituals and offered sacrifices to appease the gods and ensure their favor. Daily life revolved around these rituals, from planting and harvesting to festivals celebrating the deities. The priesthood wielded immense influence, as priests were believed to act as intermediaries between humans and the divine. Mesopotamian mythology offers a rich tapestry of stories that reflect their values and worldview. The Epic of Gilgamesh, the world's oldest known epic, is a prime example. This tale of a king's quest for immortality explores universal themes of friendship, loss, and the meaning of life. It also provides insight into Mesopotamian beliefs about the afterlife, which they viewed as a shadowy and bleak existence, one that even the mightiest could not escape. Other myths, such as the Enuma Elish, recount the creation of the world through the battle between the god Marduk and the chaos dragon Tiamat. These stories were not merely entertainment. They served to reinforce the power of rulers, who often claimed divine favor, and to explain natural phenomena in a way that resonated with their understanding of the cosmos. Through their religion and mythology, the people of Mesopotamia sought to make sense of their world, creating narratives that connected them to their gods and to the cycles of life and death. Their spiritual legacy, preserved on clay tablets and in temple ruins, continues to provide valuable insights into one of humanity's earliest and most profound belief systems. Achievements and innovations. Mesopotamia was a land of groundbreaking inventions and ideas that set the stage for future civilizations. Among their most transformative achievements was the development of writing. Around 3200 BCE, the Sumerians began using pictograms to track goods like grain and livestock, which evolved into cuneiform, a system of wedge-shaped symbols pressed into clay tablets. This early writing system allowed the recording of trade, laws, and religious texts, giving Mesopotamia the distinction of being one of the first literate societies in history. Mathematics and astronomy were other key areas of innovation. The Mesopotamians developed a base 60 numerical system that still influences how we measure time and angles today. They used advanced mathematical techniques to track celestial movements, creating detailed star charts and calendars. These discoveries were not just academic, they served practical purposes, such as predicting floods and planning agricultural cycles. The wheel, invented around 3500 BCE, revolutionized transportation and craftsmanship. Initially used in pottery, it quickly became essential for carts and wagons, enabling the movement of goods across vast trade networks. Mesopotamian engineers also excelled at water management, constructing canals, reservoirs, and levees to control the river's unpredictable floods. These irrigation systems turned the arid landscape into fertile farmland, supporting large urban populations. The legal system was another remarkable contribution. The Code of Hammurabi, inscribed on a towering stone stele, established principles of justice that ranged from property disputes to criminal punishment. While the laws often reflected strict hierarchies, punishments varied by social class, they laid the groundwork for the concept of rule by law. Medicine in Mesopotamia also demonstrated advanced knowledge for the time. Clay tablets document treatments for various ailments, blending natural remedies with spiritual practices. Physicians performed surgeries, diagnosed diseases, and even recognized symptoms like infections or epilepsy. These records represent some of the earliest known attempts to systematically understand and treat human health. Architecture and art flourished as well, reflecting the creativity and technical skill of Mesopotamian craftsmen. Ziggurats, with their intricate designs, were engineering marvels that symbolized religious devotion. Palaces and city walls were adorned with elaborate carvings and mosaics depicting myths, rituals, and daily life. These artistic achievements celebrated the divine and preserved the stories of a thriving civilization. Trade connected Mesopotamia with distant regions, including the Indus Valley, Anatolia, and Egypt. They exported textiles, grain, and pottery while importing precious metals, timber, and luxury goods. This extensive network facilitated cultural exchange, spreading Mesopotamian innovations far beyond their borders. Through their achievements in writing, science, engineering, and the arts, the people of Mesopotamia laid the foundation for many aspects of modern life. Their ingenuity continues to inspire and remind us of humanity's capacity for innovation. Conflict and decline. The rise of Mesopotamian civilization was accompanied by periods of intense conflict, both internal and external, as city-states and empires vied for power. These struggles, coupled with environmental challenges, ultimately contributed to the decline of one of history's most influential regions. One of the earliest examples of political unification was the Akkadian Empire, established by Sargon of Akkad around 2334 BCE. Sargon created a vast empire that stretched from the Persian Gulf to the Mediterranean, uniting previously independent city-states under a single rule. However, this unity was short-lived. Around 2200 BCE, the empire collapsed, likely due to a combination of internal rebellions and invasions by the Gutians, a nomadic people from the Zagros Mountains. Environmental factors such as prolonged drought and the overuse of farmland exacerbated the empire's fragility. In the centuries that followed, Mesopotamia saw the rise and fall of powerful city-states and empires. The Babylonian Empire, under Hammurabi, achieved remarkable stability and cultural advancements in the 18th century BCE. Hammurabi's Code, one of the earliest written legal systems, was a testament to the sophistication of Babylonian governance. Yet, after Hammurabi's death, the empire fragmented, leaving it vulnerable to external pressures from groups like the Hittites and Kassites. The Assyrian Empire, known for its military prowess, rose to prominence in the first millennium BCE. The Assyrians mastered siege warfare, employing battering rams and iron weapons to conquer vast territories. Their capital cities, such as Nineveh, were adorned with grand palaces and libraries that reflected their wealth and power. However, the empire's reliance on military dominance created resentment among its subjects, leading to uprisings. In 612 BCE, a coalition of the Neo-Babylonians and Medes sacked Nineveh, bringing the Assyrian Empire to an end. Environmental degradation also played a critical role in Mesopotamia's decline. The extensive irrigation systems that supported agriculture over centuries led to salinization of the soil, rendering farmland less productive. As crop yields diminished, cities struggled to sustain their populations, weakening their ability to resist external threats. The final chapter of Mesopotamian independence came with the conquest of Babylon by Cyrus the Great of Persia in 539 BCE. The Persian Empire absorbed Mesopotamia into its vast territories, marking the end of its era as a dominant cultural and political force. While the land continued to play a role in regional trade and governance, its unique identity was gradually overshadowed by larger empires. Despite its decline, the influence of Mesopotamia endured. Its innovations in law, writing, and science were adopted and adapted by subsequent civilizations, ensuring that its legacy would live on long after its cities fell silent. Legacy and influence. The legacy of Mesopotamia, one of the world's first great civilizations, continues to shape human society in profound ways. Though the empires of this region eventually fell, their contributions to culture, science, governance, and technology remain central to the story of humanity's progress. Perhaps the most enduring contribution of Mesopotamia is the invention of writing. Cuneiform, developed by the Sumerians, allowed for the recording of everything from trade transactions to epic poetry. This innovation transformed oral traditions into permanent records, paving the way for history as we know it. The Epic of Gilgamesh, the earliest known literary work, introduced themes of mortality, friendship, and the search for meaning that resonate across cultures and eras. This storytelling tradition laid the groundwork for literature worldwide. Mathematical and scientific advancements also left a lasting mark. Mesopotamians devised the base 60 number system, which influences how we measure time and angles. Their observations of celestial bodies were groundbreaking, enabling the creation of lunar calendars and early astronomical charts. These discoveries directly influenced later civilizations, including the Greeks and Islamic scholars, who expanded on Mesopotamian knowledge to develop advanced scientific theories. In governance, the Code of Hammurabi introduced the concept of codified laws. This idea, of a written legal system accessible to all, became a cornerstone of justice and fairness in subsequent societies. Elements of Hammurabi's code, such as proportional justice and accountability, can be traced through Roman law and even modern legal systems. Mesopotamian innovations in infrastructure were equally influential. The wheel, initially used for pottery, revolutionized transportation and commerce, while their irrigation systems set a precedent for managing water in arid regions. Cities like Uruk and Babylon became templates for urban planning, inspiring later civilizations with their organization and grandeur. Culturally, Mesopotamia's impact extended beyond its borders through trade and conquest. Luxury goods, religious ideas, and artistic styles traveled along Mesopotamian trade routes, influencing distant lands. The cylinder seal, an iconic artifact of Mesopotamian art, was both a practical tool and a symbol of identity, showcasing intricate designs that reflected the region's aesthetic sensibilities. Today, Mesopotamia's legacy is preserved in museums, archaeological sites, and the stories passed down through generations. However, it also faces modern challenges. Many ancient sites have been damaged or looted due to conflict and instability, underscoring the need for preservation efforts. These ruins remind us of the fragility of human achievements and the importance of protecting cultural heritage. From writing systems to the principles of governance, Mesopotamia's contributions are the foundation upon which much of modern civilization is built. Its story is not just a tale of the past. It is a reminder of humanity's potential for creativity, resilience, and progress. Conclusion. Mesopotamia's story is one of extraordinary achievement, innovation, and resilience. This ancient region, where the first seeds of civilization were sown, gave rise to ideas and inventions that continue to shape the world today. Though its empires have long since fallen, its influence remains woven into the fabric of human history. The people of Mesopotamia left behind a legacy that is nothing short of remarkable. They were the first to harness the power of writing, enabling the preservation of knowledge and the development of literature. They devised systems of law, like Hammurabi's Code, which introduced principles of governance that endure to this day. Their advances in mathematics and astronomy laid the groundwork for science, while their engineering and agricultural innovations transformed how humans interacted with the natural world. But Mesopotamia's story is also a reminder of the fragility of human progress. The environmental challenges they faced, such as soil salinization and unpredictable flooding, highlight the delicate balance between human innovation and the natural world. Their conflicts, whether internal power struggles or invasions from outside forces, reveal how political instability can undermine even the most advanced societies. Today, the ruins of Mesopotamia stand as a testament to the creativity and ambition of its people. From the towering ziggurats to the delicate cuneiform tablets, these artifacts speak to a civilization that was driven by a profound desire to understand, create, and endure. Modern archaeologists and historians continue to uncover new insights, ensuring that the lessons of Mesopotamia remain relevant in a rapidly changing world. As we reflect on Mesopotamia's achievements, we see not just a distant past, but the roots of our own civilization. The systems of governance, the tools of science, and the beauty of art all find their origins in this ancient land. These connections remind us that the pursuit of knowledge and progress is a shared human endeavor, one that began thousands of years ago in the fertile lands between the Tigris and Euphrates rivers. In honoring Mesopotamia's legacy, we recognize the incredible potential of humanity to innovate and adapt. But we also acknowledge the importance of learning from the past, of preserving the cultural and historical treasures that tell the story of where we come from. The lessons of Mesopotamia are timeless. That progress is both a gift and a responsibility, and that the achievements of a civilization are only as enduring as the care with which we protect them. As we close this journey through Mesopotamia's history, we carry with us a greater understanding of the foundations of human civilization and an appreciation for the remarkable achievements of those who came before us. Their legacy is not just a relic of the past, it is a guide for the future.
Hope you enjoyed the video. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribing to our History YouTube channel means discovering fascinating stories, learning about the events that shaped our world, and gaining new perspectives, all in fun, easy-to-watch videos. Whether you're curious about ancient civilizations, major wars, or untold stories, this channel makes history exciting and easy to understand. Subscribe now to explore the past and see how it connects to today.